all gone. Everything is gone. The pool, the brewery, the bar. Amina's house is effed. This one is no better.
Donald Trump cut billions of dollars from federal programs that funded small farmers. The same program that we got our grant through is no longer funded, and we've just been left to the winds. I don't have anything to say to Donald Trump. There's nothing I can say that he would even listen to. He's gonna look down on me like I'm a bug on the sidewalk or a piece of shit on his shoe. He doesn't care about people like me.
This is terrifying. What? Farmers across America are going bankrupt. They're calling it Farmageddon. Good. Serves them right for supporting Trump. You still don't get it, do you? Where do you buy food? The grocery store? And you think food prices are bad now? Just wait. Tariffs have decimated farmers. What do you think happens when you start ridiculous trade wars with other countries? They get mad? Yeah, understatement. China's the world's top soybean buyer, and soybeans alone brought in $13 billion for American farmers last year. Now those sales, almost all gone. Yikes. And that's not all. These immigration crackdowns, some farms lost 100% of their workers, all kidnapped by ICE. Now, how do you pick food without workers? You can't. It's rotting in the field. Whoa. Plus, seeds, feeds, machinery, potash, pesticides, all more expensive than ever before. Then you add on high interest rates, and what do you get? Farmageddon? Bingo. And farmers were already 3 times more likely to die by suicide.
Farms in deep red Texas are shut down, and Donald Trump is the reason. Now, as you know, Donald Trump has shifted ICE from focusing on criminal immigrants to going after easier targets such as job sites to pump his numbers up. But farms are hurting because of this, as many of their workers are either being deported or not showing up for fear of being caught up in these raids. And because of this, they're essentially shut down and no work can be done. Just take a listen to one farmer.
3 weeks it started to slow, but this last week or so has been huge. That's when it's like 0 people wanting to come out and
yeah, 0 people going to work the farms. And while yes, these farmers are in the find out phase, we're all going to be in it, because they're talking that our food supply is going to be shut down or have major interruptions. And it's not just Texas, it's California and Washington. We are finding out that yes, immigrants do help the American economy. Immigrants are part of the American fabric.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel once more. Today, we are talking about something that has been making headlines across many American farmers are going through one of the toughest time in the recent years. Some farms are closing, many families are struggling with death, and others are wondering how will they survive. What's interesting is that many of these farmers strongly support President Trump. Now some of them, they say they are disappointed because policies that they believed will help them are instead making life harder. Remember to watch video till the end, and I'll be back.
Bean farmers who are my clients, and this is really bad news. Caleb Ragland, who's the president of the American Soybean Association, he said farmers are heading into a harvest season without a single order from China. 25% of soybean farmers' crops are usually sold to China. The prices of soybeans are down 40% because of what's happening under the Trump administration, and production costs are rising. I'm tying in the Trump administration to this. This Soybean Association president is still speaking up Donald Trump. 500,000 soybean growers in the United States exist and are being severely impacted by this. They're having to now rely on loans to get them through the season. There are 231,000 jobs associated with soybean farming, harvesting, transportation, storage, you name it. And he says the impact on the local rural community that depends on the farmer is going to be severely impacted. South American farmers, soybean farmers, are filling the gap. China is just hop skipping over the United States, and countries like Brazil have got it completely covered. No wonder Trump is attacking some of these other countries south of us. But then he went on to reiterate that Donald Trump loves farmers and that he supports Trump. And he says that the Trump administration told him to tell the farmers to be patient. I just want to explain what the soybean farmers are looking at. Harvest season is right around the corner. Imagine that there's a machine manufacturer that is on the brink of bankruptcy, and they've got a whopping $50,000 in the bank. And they've got to make a decision. Do we keep hiring people to build this one machine in hopes that we can sell it and make that money back? Do we drain that $50,000 and go into debt, hiring employees, purchasing materials to make it happen, run our facility to make that machine, pay for transportation costs to ship it out, in the hopes that we'll have a customer for it? That's what they're facing. They've got to hire H-2A workers, those nasty, nasty brown-skinned people. And I'm being very sarcastic. That's how Maga looks at them. There's truck drivers that haul the soy. There's storage facilities with silos that store them. The farmer pays to have them stored. They're going to tell them we have no room because we're storing 10,000 other farmers' soy products that are not being sold anywhere. Like, this is so fucking devastating. And when I saw that farmer in, I believe, Arkansas, crying, this is a grown-ass man with gray hair. Donald Trump, we love you. We need your help. This is what MAGA doesn't get. Don't leave a seat at the table expecting Donald Trump to come sit down and talk to farmers. He will only sit at the tables that have billionaires and Project 2025 folks. He's only focused on their agenda. And the Project 2025 agenda includes changing the American farming industry that's going to fucking screw every American farmer. He's not going to come and have a seat at your table. Just be patient.
This is not hippy dippy stuff we're doing here. We're farming. We're raising cattle for butcher. We're raising cattle for milking. Like, we're raising chickens to butcher. Like, this is not some like liberal nonsense. We're trying to do good things to provide good food to the American people and take care of our local environment while we do it.
There is a farmer who is going super viral right now because he's making many videos about how he's in trouble due to the current administration and how he might lose his farm, which is, of course, devastating, and nobody wants to lose their farm. And if you look at the comment section and you look at his follow-up videos, it's abundantly clear that he never bothered to consider Project 2025 or the plans that Trump clearly had for small farmers. How long were we sounding the alarm bells for Project 2025? How many videos have I personally made educating people on Project 2025? It is devastating and not at all surprising how you all voted against your own interests and now you're complaining about it. We told you.
Man, all I'm seeing is farmers in Arkansas, Nebraska. Why y'all crying? Shut up. This is what you voted for. This is what you asked for. He did it to you last time, and you didn't think he was going to do it to you this time. So now y'all want some help. Now y'all want them government subsidies. Now y'all want that government money. The same thing that you voted for not to happen, for people not to get government help. Now you got your hands stuck out. Don't work like that. You made this bed. All that racism, all that hate, the same people you wanted to go are the same people that work those farms. See, you let your racism get the best of you. Now, all I see is Arkansas farmers. Oh, I'm about to lose my farm. The government ain't doing this. The government, you voted for this shit. Now you just got to eat it. But meanwhile, you see my black farmers over there. My black farmers that ain't been getting that government help, that been doing it on their own. They fine. They chilling. They thriving. So you might need to call some of them black people to get you some help. Oh, but you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You're gonna call Trump and them. But you know what? They're not gonna answer. They're not gonna help you, bro. So, just like they tell us, them bootstraps you've been talking about, I'm think you're gonna have to grab yours and get the.
Let's look at what's happening. Farmers have never been an easy job. Farming has never been an easy job, sorry. Farmers work long hours, deal with unpredictable weather, and depend on good market to sell their crops. But today, farmers say they are facing problems from every direction. First, the cost of farming has increased sharply. Fuel is more expensive. Fertilizer costs have gone up. Farm equipment is expensive to buy and repair. Animal feed costs more than before. Even borrowing money has become more costly because interests are high. When production cost keeps rising while income stays the same or falls, farmers began losing money. Many are now struggling to pay back loans they took to keep their farms running. Another major problem is trade. For many years, American farmers sold large amount of crops like soybeans, corn, and products to countries around the world, especially China. But trade dispute and tariff changes that. When tariffs were introduced, other countries also placed tariff on American products. That made American crops more expensive in foreign market and many buyers looked elsewhere. As a result, many farmers lost important customers and saw their income fall. For many farming families, this was a huge financial blow. Another challenge is labor. Many farms depend on seasonal workers and to plant, harvest, and process crops. With tough immigration enforcement and workplace raids, many workers become afraid to return to farms. Some farms have struggled to find enough workers. Without enough labor, fruit and vegetable can remain in the field until they spoil. Imagine working for months to grow a crop only to watch it rot because there is nobody available to harvest it. That represents a huge financial loss. Some farmers also say that government support programs have been reduced or changed. Small farms often rely on grants, loans, or agricultural programs to survive difficult season. When those programs become limited, smaller smaller families farms feels the pressure even more. Many believe that large corporations are better able to survive this difficult time than small independent farmers. One of the most interesting part of this story is that political reaction. Some of the farmers who proudly support Trump are now asking federal government or financial assistance. Others say expected policies that would strengthen agriculture but instead found themselves facing greater uncertainty. Sorry. Of course, not every farmer feels that way. Some continue to support Trump's policy and urge that other factors, including global market, inflation, bad weather, and long-term economic changes also play major roles. It's important to remember that farming challenges rarely have just one cause. Agriculture is affected by international trade, weather conditions, fuel prices, labor availability, government policies, and consumer demand. Also, these factors work together. This situation also reminds us elections have really life consequences. Political decisions don't stay in Washington. They affect families, business, workers, and entire community. Whether some voters, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, policies eventually reach ordinary people. For farmers, those decisions can determine whether they make a profit or struggle to stay in business. Many rural communities depend on farming. When farms struggle locally because also when farms struggle, local business also suffer. Equipment dealers sell fewer machines. Restaurants lose customers. Small shops see fewer people spending money. Entire town can feel the economy impact. This is why many people are paying close attention to what happens next. Will policy makers introduce a new program to help farmers? Will trade relationship improve? Will labor shortage be addressed? These are questions that many farming families hope will have answers soon. At the end of the day, farming remains one of the most important industries in America. Farmers produce the food that millions of people eat every day. When they succeed, the country benefits. When they struggle, the, the, the effect can spread throughout the entire economy. As always, it's important to look at these issues carefully and consider different viewpoints. Economic problems are often more complicated than political slogans. Real solutions usually require cooperation, careful planning, and policies that address the challenge farmers face in the ground. So, guys, what do you think? Are American farmers suffering because of the government policies or the global economic condition the bigger problem? Share your opinion in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification so that you don't miss the future update. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.